Hello everyone, welcome to a very highly anticipated video. I'm very excited to share this one and I'm sure you clicked on it in excitement too. I've had so many messages from people saying when's the kitchen reveal coming, and I wanted to hold out until it was done. However, it's still, there's just a couple of things left to be done and they're very small and very minor, but I just thought, you know what, rather than wait to share this like picture perfect stunning home, I thought let's just share it as it is because it's nearly done and I'm just excited and I want you guys to see it too. So if you're new and you've just clicked on this video, then hello, hi, my name's Luke and I've been documenting our kitchen renovation journey over the past 6 or 7 weeks, and it's a really quick renovation. I don't know how the builders have done it so quickly, but I'm so impressed of how they've done it. It's everything I could have imagined and more. I feel like I can't give the intro to the video justice. I just want to start the video by saying I really hope you enjoy it. But without further ado, welcome to our Victorian home kitchen reveal. Let's go. Okay, I feel like we've got so much to cover in this video, so I don't want to waffle too much. I feel like the kitchen just needs to speak for itself. I can't quite believe this is our kitchen. It's, on the day I'm filming this, it's a beautifully bright day and I just love it. I feel like I've showed so much of the kitchen already, but when you first walk in, this space, if you remember what it looked like before, was just not utilised. It was a pretty empty space. We had a larder, like makeshift pantry in the corner, and then there was just nothing. It was just a radiator. So we knew immediately that this was usable space. So we went for some really tall kitchen pantry cupboards. So this is a 600 width kitchen pantry. And as you can see, it's a kitchen pantry. We popped the microwave in there. We had the electrician pop a plug. We pretty much knew that the microwave was staying. We just didn't know where it would go. And yeah, we popped it in there. So I think that was a really good use of space. So that's the first main cupboard, and then this cupboard actually just blows my mind. I can't quite believe it's a cupboard, but this is our larder. It still doesn't feel like ours. I don't know how this is our kitchen. Like, it feels like a dream. It feels like I'm gonna wake up one day and someone's just gonna be like, click your fingers. It's everything I've ever dreamt of and more. It's just brilliant. We have it as a tea storage, we have it as a spice storage, we have it as everything. It stores our whole life in here. It's joyous. We've got the spice racks on the corner with all of our oils and coffees and vinegars. This, for me, was the thing I was most excited about when we were designing the kitchen, because this is going to be where we store everything. It's the place that we use the majority of our things. The spice racks were an addition, and I'm so glad we got them. It's just like extra storage. I absolutely love it. I haven't actually mentioned the kitchen is from Magnet, and I'm going to be honest, when we were doing our research, when I spoke about the design of the kitchen and what we wanted from the space, I looked on Magnet, Zara looked on Magnet, and we both agreed that we loved this style of kitchen. So this is the Magnet Tatton range. It's one of their lowest priced kitchen cabinets for the shaker style, but it's a modern shaker. So it's not a traditional shaker, it's not an inset shaker, which you naturally associate with maybe more of like a country feel. It's more of a modern shaker. Now we've had a pretty decent experience with Magnet overall. There's been a few hiccups, I'm going to be honest, and I feel like I wouldn't be honest to you guys if I didn't speak openly about them. I will probably talk about them in a future video, not in the reveal, but all in all, we love this style of kitchen. Let's just say that. The kitchen itself, we love. Anyway, moving on. So, you remember from the previous kitchen, this was the chimney breast that, well, when we knocked it back, I say when the builders knocked it back, we thought we'd discovered some kind of cellar, but we hadn't. It was just old, unused cupboard storage. There's no cellar in this house, unfortunately. But again, we'd seen so much online about how people have utilised chimney breasts in Victorian homes and how they've pretty much made them into the main cooking space. Now, we haven't extended in this home at all. We've kept the floor plan exactly the same. We've just really wanted to maximise the space entirely. So, say hello to our very vibrant cooking area, and I love it. I love it so much. The tiles are a terracotta glaze mixed with a white porcelain, and they're from Tile Mountain. Now, the tiler worked unbelievably well, because when he arrived, he said there's going to be an off-centre tile somewhere, but we really wanted the tiles to be centralised so that they were equally spaced on both sides. And I don't know how he did it, but he did it with pinpoint accuracy, using larger tile spaces to mean that there wasn't a cut in sight. The only cuts are the ones up on the top. Now, I know this is bold, but I feel like everything else in the kitchen is so muted and pared back that we thought this was the one thing that we really wanted to go wild on, and I'm so glad we did. We did it on the backsplash as well. The extractor hood is concealed, so the extractor fan pulls out all of the cooking smells. They've ducted it through and it's outside, so no visible extractor fan. Again, love that. And it was a real head scratcher when we were designing this kitchen, because this is a half depth cupboard. Now, these actually were possibly one of the most difficult things the builders had to fashion, because we had to use a separate kitchen company, which was Howden's, who've been superb, to essentially go and buy bespoke units for the size of pillar. So the builders had to cut them in half and then sandwich them on the pillars, so it's only a half depth. But then these are full depth drawers. So this is our spice drawer, which brings me so much joy. I can't actually tell you how much I love it. So that's that. We've also got utensils in the top, things that we use regularly. I want this to be a functional kitchen, but I don't want it to feel busy and cluttered. So we've just got things on top that we naturally use, like a knife block, salt, pepper, oil. That's pretty much it. The cooker. How is this our oven? How is this our cooker? So this is a Smeg cooker, and we got it from Appliances Depot, and it's a dual fuel cooker. So it's got gas on top, and then it's an electric fan oven, but it also has the second fan oven and grill here. And I just love it. I love it so much. I know there's so many options when it comes to cookers. Some people love induction, some people love electric, some people love gas, but I really wanted this traditional style oven, and it's actually second hand. So we got it for a really good price. I think we paid about £700, £750 for it. I actually made an offer on it because it was listed for hire, but these ovens are in the thousands. So we really wanted a Smeg oven. We just didn't want to pay a Smeg price. So yeah, that's it. And it's also got a concealed little bit on the bottom that we pop like all of our baking trays and stuff in. So that's fun. I love that. And have I mentioned the colour of the kitchen? I haven't. It's graphite. Tatton graphite. Sorry. Anyway, the quartz, let's talk about the stone. The stone was superb. So this is a Calcutta quartz with a gold veining through it, and we went for it on the upstands as well as the wraparound on all of the work surfaces. And I've spoken about this before. I feel like the one thing you need to do in a kitchen is spend when you can on your touch points, so handles and surfaces. Kitchen carcasses can be swapped out, changed, painted, but I feel like if you can invest in your stone tops and your handles, you'll be grateful for it. So unbelievably glad that we went for this. We actually sourced it from a different supplier. We didn't use a magnet stone top. We used our own source, and I'm so glad we did, because the guys were superb, really professional. They didn't rush us. We could have spent hours if we wanted to deciding this, but me and Zara both wanted to pick out the gold veining that is very similar in the gold tone to the tiles. So it's just little accents like this that tie the kitchen together, and I'm really proud of it. This is possibly my most favourite piece of kitchen place in the kitchen. This is our tea and coffee station. Now, The shelving was an addition that I really wanted to have because I love open shelving. I know so many people don't love it. I think it's a really fun way to inject some personality into a kitchen, and I know it's dusty and I know you've got to pull it all off every week and give it a dust, but I just love it. I feel like if your kitchen hasn't got a bit of personality, then you can of course use wall-hung kitchen cupboards. I know you get less storage, I know it's a dust magnet, it's not practical, but I just really like it. So we went for inbuilt strip lighting underneath to add a really lovely glow, so that's task lighting. They were originally LED white, but I wanted them to be a nice warm glow, and Zara agreed. And yeah, the kitchen shelves are just IKEA. The brackets are cast iron brackets from Screwfix, so really affordable. But yeah, this is where we make our tea and coffee, and we've got our wine glasses there, water glasses, a bit of decor, teacups, butter dish. It's a practical, usable space. But then underneath we've got 1000ml pull-out drawers. So this is where we store all of our dinnerware, and then a concealed drawer full of our cutlery and utensils and bits and bobs. Again, something that we really wanted. We have in the old kitchen. This is a Howden's insert of a cutlery organizer, and it just works so well, being able to see everything. So if you need a teaspoon, you can grab it for your teacup, or if you want a plate, you can grab it underneath. So we went for 2000ml pull drawers, and then the hardware, I spoke about these. These are plank hardware in a knurled antique brass, and they are so unbelievably nice, really sturdy, good pull grips on them, and I just love them. They've got a really nice texture, so that's where all pots and pans have gone. And then moving on to this. Now I know a lot of people were questioning why we needed such a big fridge and freezer, but I cook for a living and we love to eat. We are probably one of the rarest Londoners you'll find who don't eat out very often at all. So we cook a lot, I bake a lot. So having a full length fridge was pretty much an important thing for us. So all of our appliances are Hisense, apart from the dishwasher. So we went on AO and we purchased them all, got the warranty with them as well. But we've also got storage above too, so we can use that. So full length fridge. It's not very well stocked at the moment. I should have done like a cool pre-food shop, but we just didn't. And then this is a full length freezer, again from Hisense, with additional storage above. So I've just got all of the protein bits and things up there. And yeah, a full freezer, so we can make ice creams and have batch stocked food. It's just brilliant. Batch stocked, batch cooked food. Now remember in the old kitchen we had the window here, and then this is a U-style sink, basically like a horseshoe kitchen. Now we knew we wanted to have some main access out into the garden, and these Crittall aluminium doors were like a non-negotiable for us because we just love the design. I feel like it's slightly brutalistic, it's a bit more contemporary in a Victorian home, but we just really wanted to have the ability to just open the doors, and obviously the chairs there at the moment, but just having full access back into the garden. And obviously, if you've been watching my vlogs for a while, I love gardening, Zara loves gardening, we love being out here, especially in the October months as well, it's slightly cooler, but just being able to have that in-out garden space was something we really wanted to fully utilise. So yeah, the builder sourced these doors, and I really love them, honestly. I almost want to have summer again, just so we can experience what it'll be like, because they bring me a lot of joy. Everything needs a bit of a clean. We also had drainage put out here as well, because if you saw the video where we flooded, we realised that there isn't really much drainage out here at all, so that was an additional cost that we had to factor in, but they put wraparound drainage around the whole house now, so we are, fingers crossed, never gonna actually flood. Another thing that the builders did as well, which is brilliant, is sort out this leak in the corner, because the neighbour's overflow pipe was actually like leaking into our home, so they sorted that out. So their guttering is now fully watertight, no more leaks for us, which is brilliant. We had some outdoor lights put in, which is really cool. These are lovely antique brass light, and we had a outdoor plug. There we are, a little outdoor plug. So if we're going to be working out here in the summer, we can have that out there, lawnmower, that kind of thing. Anyway, come back in, and we're on the other side of the kitchen now. So this is pretty much going to act as our kitchen island. Now, I knew when we were designing the kitchen, this had to be clear. This is our main prep space, and it's the bit I was slightly concerned about in the kitchen, because obviously losing the strip at the end, we really didn't have that much prep space. So when we were designing the kitchen, I said to Zara, let's just keep this run completely empty. We have the toaster here, and I love the toaster. I didn't really know what else we needed to have above, so I said to Zara, let's use this as our prep space. So we chop here, we've got the integrated storage underneath the bins, so you can chop and scrape straight in, so you've got food waste and recycling just with the little handy removable lids, so that's fab. Now this little addition here is something that we didn't factor in because we had a mismeasure. That's something I will talk about in a future video, but we had to fashion something in this space. So I actually got a wine rack from Howden's. We are missing a plinth underneath as well, which again I will come on to, but we've also got like a little pull out here. Again, not the most practical thing, wouldn't have been something I would have actively chosen to have, but it's additional storage and it does a job, it's fine. This tall cupboard here is where we've got our boiler. So we wanted to cover up the boiler, but obviously the boiler pretty much had to remain. And we've added some additional storage underneath all of our bulky appliances that are no longer out. So we've got the air fryer in there, the KitchenAid, the slow cooker, pretty much everything. Chopping boards, just big bulky items. Then moving on, again, we really wanted to have an exposed shelf. So these are 2 IKEA shelves. They're £15 each, so really affordable. But then we had the task lighting put underneath as well. So on an evening, we can cook underneath here. And then we had the additional lights on the wall as well. So those are 3 antique brass lights just to illuminate the kitchen, just with some really lovely decor on there. And again, I feel like kitchens are a little bit of your personality. So you can see cookbooks that I love, some art and vintage bits, pumpkin seeds, fruits, just you can change it out every single month, every week if you wanted to. It's cool. So yeah, that's that space. Then we have an integrated tumble dryer underneath. This was a new appliance for us. We didn't have a tumble dryer in the old kitchen, and I love it. It's great. We've already done so much laundry and been able to tumble dry towels and sheets. Super. We're not using that for everything. And then an integrated washing machine as well, which is there. I know I'm going to have a lot of comments from American viewers and beyond saying, why do you guys have your washing machine and tumble dryer in your kitchen? It's just London living. If we had extended, we absolutely would have done an additional like downstairs toilet / utility room, but we just don't have the space in this home. So having the kitchen with a washer dryer is just how it goes, but with the cupboards on the front, you can't really tell. Ideally, those cupboards would have been the other way around, and we'd have had them opening in on each other. Again, an oversight on the design. This whole run of units was the biggest headache when we were designing this kitchen, and we ended up having a mismeasure. I'm going to talk about in this video. I said I wasn't going to. We had a mismeasure of over 1 metre, which is 1,000 mil. Then when the builders came to do their install, the plans didn't correlate with the space that we had, so we had to kind of think on our feet. It's fine. It is what it is. Then moving over, we've got the sink. So again, the tap is from Plank Hardware. It's this beautiful antique brass with a mixer tap. So we just wanted something really simple. And yeah, it's beautiful. We've got an inbuilt water filter in it as well. So we had a water tank put underneath that filters the water. So we don't need to have like a water jug system now. We don't need bottled water. Full drinking water from the tap, which if you're from London is superb. I'll leave that linked down below. And then we've got a double opening underneath for all of our kitchen storage and cleaning products, that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, and the tap, the sink is an inset sink in gunmetal. We did actually get that from Magnet. That's the only additional thing we got from Magnet, just because we wanted it to have like a nice seamless floor, and a lot of people have like butter sinks. We did consider it, but I really like how this looks. We've got the draining rack with the rooted out drain grooves underneath. Again, a really nice design feature. I like this draining rack. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I got this from Uncuckoo, and we've had it since our old flat, and it's great. It's really lasting well. And then finally the dishwasher. That's an integrated dishwasher, and this is from Beko, and yeah, it's a full-size dishwasher, and it just tucks away nicely right until the end run of the units. Then moving on to the light well. Now, this was a really tricky part of the kitchen because we originally had plastic corrugated roof on this, and it was just terrible. It was so unbelievably cold and just creaky, and you heard if like a little acorn hit the roof, it sounded like it was going to crack through the roof. So this was probably where the most of our budget got eaten up in the renovation, but it was absolutely worth it because we knew we wanted 2 glass panels, and we knew we wanted it to be really just light and bright and vibrant, and just like, look at that sun. Like, what a joy. It just hits your face. It's just beautiful, but it's thermal regulated glass, so it's not going to be like a greenhouse in the summer, or it's not going to be cold in the winter months because we've had the radiators on and it's just so warm and lovely and cozy in here. I love it. The radiators we actually did swap out. So these are like effectively like a cast iron, but they're not. They're in a lovely matte black, and we've got these from Lincolnshire Radiators Direct. Fantastic radiator company, absolutely would recommend them. We've got them all in our downstairs, in the living room and in the spare room upstairs as well. We had more wall lights put on. These actually I showed in the previous vlog. These were from Facebook Marketplace. Zara found them over a year ago, and we knew we wanted to have them in the house. They're super cool. They're like a lovely kind of antique, but a bit more mid-century, and I think they work really well in this space. So we've got 2 wall lights, additional plug sockets underneath. The wall colour is from Quartz paints, and it's in the colour Pablo, which is the same colour that we have in our living room and in the library as well. So we've got that really lovely flow throughout the entire downstairs. I think it's really, really nice. It shows up different in different lights. In the evening it looks really warm and cozy, and in the daylight it's really bright and fresh. And these windows as well are aluminium windows. We really didn't want PVC ones. We wanted ones that you could actually fully open, let the air in, and obviously this is where our old doorway used to be, which is no longer a thing. And I love that we don't have this narrow little cubby hole that's like a pinch point. It's just a lovely, big, bright, open window space. And it just, I just love it. I could talk about this kitchen forever and ever and ever. So that's that space. So the floor you actually might recognise if you watch my videos. The floor is from UK Floor and Direct, and it's an engineered oak laminate. Now it is durable. You can install underfloor heating if you want to. We didn't. It's really sturdy, really hard wearing. We've got it in the whole of our upstairs, and it's really decently priced for what it is. We would have loved, you know, to get some kind of like herringbone oak flooring, but we're talking thousands, and it was a really good way to have the floor from the hallway into the kitchen. Obviously it's a different floor on the hallway, but I think we're actually going to keep that floor because it floors really nicely. And doors we changed out as well. These were a bit of a headache because I'm 6 foot, and obviously this is quite an old house. We're over 100 years old. The door frame is quite low. It's because there is a step into the kitchen. Now without leveling the floor entirely and digging down, which would have been so time consuming and costly, we ended up keeping the doorway, but changing out the doors for these old but new Victorian style doors. So we've got the 2 glass panes above, but they've still got the really nice panel effect, and then we had some beehive style brass knobs put on just to add a nice little antique touch. And the door is painted in the same wall colour as well, so everything just flows really nicely. And that, I think, is the kitchen. I feel like that was a pretty quick whistle-stop tour. But yeah, we both love it, don't we? It's such a nice space. I wanted to get this video done. It's still not 100% finished. We've got a piece of plinth, and that whole area at the back has got a lovely piece of black stone to come in. But apart from that, it's done. It's there. We're cooking in it, and it's a joy. And it feels incredible that we've done it in about 6.5 weeks. So yeah, thank you so much. I really hope you have enjoyed this tour. I'll link everything down below, everything you want to know. Please ask questions, and I'm going to do lots of follow-up videos about the process, the pros and cons, how to save money, costs, that kind of thing. So yeah, I really feel like this is just a beautiful space, and I'm so glad that we did it because we're going to enter the Christmas months and just have a lot of fun in this kitchen. It's going to hold a lot of memories. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed this, and I will catch you all soon in a future video. Lots of love. Take care. Bye for now.